Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play some more Your Boyfriend. So we could finally do day 4. So, I had to. I got enough water to enjoy this. I'm most likely to do one day, pause for a bit, and then the next days, just so I could get my water in and all that. Let's begin. Internet name. This time I am going just to go with YN. Okay. Welcome, YN. You too have fun. My life has been chaotic. My family broke out into a nerve-filled drama, so I left the nest and ran straight to the college. I got an apartment and a job, but even that has become unbearable. Working at the local Greasy Spoon diner doesn't pay the best, obviously, so finding a roommate was my only recourse to being able to afford an apartment. Now my roommate is always bringing some dropout into the apartment for late night study sessions. My sleep schedule is wrecked, and on top of it, the rent is late. I've heard once that if you become a roommate with a friend, you won't be friends for long. In my case, my friendship is strained with my friend making excuses for why they need me to cover their half of the rent. Thanks to that deadbeat, I'm working harder just to scrape by every month. Picking up a second job will drive me to early grave at this point. The park gives me a chance to have some much needed alone time and fresh air. Let's say that. Fresh air. This part of the park is in particular is my favorite because it's untouched by the obnoxious family members and college jerks. The only people who come here are the groundkeepers. Even then, they only come by in the morning. Close my eyes, rub my face, and breathe out the tension from my body so that I can enjoy the peace and quiet. Just then, I feel someone sit down beside me. Startled, I turn to face the interloper.
Whoa, hey, take it easy. It's just me.
Hey, Peter. The stranger says, trying to keep me from leaping too high off the park bench. You're a jumpy one, aren't you? Scooting awkwardly towards me, a shy smile creeps over his face. I keep my eyes on him, like a hawk, unsure what his intentions are. Not once do his blinking eyes stray from mine. So, are you waiting for a family member or a friend? It just seems kind of odd for you to be sitting here all alone like this, and so far away from the jogging track. Like, I know it's so creepy. It's like, yeah, Peter. Still seeing far worse characters than Peter. So joking aside. A chill runs down my spine. I run across my arms, over my chest, and slide myself away from him, perching closer to the edge of the bench. And one of them being, from a random romance novels series. Yeah, Apollo's a butthole in the darker series. I would rather deal with Peter than Apollo. Does some person walk up to you? Does the same person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such questions? No, but I've literally seen old ladies have weird things to ask. They're like kids. The stranger picks up my unease, referring from moving away closer towards me. Crossing his fingers in between his legs, he smiles warmly. I mean, you don't look like a groundskeeper or one of those old people feeding pigeons after doing Tai Chi. I'm just getting some alone time to myself. Things have been pretty intense lately. It's like he wants to wrap his arms around me in comfort, fingers twitching. To be fair, I've also had people who I didn't know go up and hug me. Lady actually hurt my shoulder doing that. I have to know, I had to know, like, I had to be comfortable with you to do it, and yeah.
Look, I know this is sudden, very sudden, but may I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
Okay, I will say it again. Look, I know it's sudden, very sudden, but if you're free tonight, can I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner? Only because he does go softer. Can I have the pleasure? Never mind, he's weird. I can't tell if it's just him being socially awkward or eccentric. What? Why? Why is he interested in me of all people?
Well, I'm your boyfriend. Isn't that why you're here?
Yep. That's why I'm here, Peter. Because I'm doing the nicer route. Isn't that why you're here? Isn't that why you're here? My boyfriend? Why would he assume we were in a relationship? That's the name of the game, so... The stranger sits patiently, waiting for my answer. Dinner sounds nice. I guess. It's not like I'm doing anything anyways, and it would be a nice break from the monotony. God knows I could stand to forget my problems for a few hours. This guy seems interesting enough to keep my mind off things. Really? That's great! He beams, holding my hand in his own. I'll see you tonight at 7. Standing up from the bench, he pauses, realizing something. Yeah, he didn't tell me where we would go. Oh, I almost forgot. We need a place to meet up. Sorry. I know that I sound absent-minded. I'm just so excited. How about the old diner downtown? It's nice and quiet, and no one knows. No one will disturb us. Diner downtown? Which one? You know, the one you work at. Oh, okay. Great. See you tonight. Just like that, he hurries off with a skip in his step as though he just won the lottery. 'Cause he did. He kinda did. I watch as he disappears down the path that bends around the shallow hill. The park is quiet again. The serene Alonia sing in once more. Songbirds sing in a nearby tree. I sit there for a while, replaying the strange encounter in my head. I suppose that I should be flattered that he took such a liking to me, however unusual it seemed. It's nothing like I sing in the movies or television. But then again, if I were Hollywood attractive, maybe it would be so normal that it would be almost annoying. It's like, I mean, it depends on the person. Some people are that attractive are still nice people. Some are just don't want to get annoyed. It's human. It's our personalities. I feel my cheeks flush as I reflect on him, saying, "Can I have the pleasure?" A shy smile creeps from the corners of my mouth. He must be new to this as I am. What a shy, awkward guy. If only we knew what we're gonna deal with. The birds stop singing as I feel a knot grow in the pit of my stomach. How did he know where I work? It's like, now we're asking the heavy hitting questions. 7 p.m. I show up at the diner, feeling rather unusual about meeting someone at the place that I work at for a completely spontaneous dinner date, and with a complete stranger who somehow knew I worked here. Weird. The diner isn't very busy tonight, which is unsurprising, even though I work here. The diner isn't my first choice for dinner. Maybe he's another customer that I had never paid attention to. While I work, I let my mind drift, and after a while, I go on autopilot. I don't really pay attention that much attention to names or faces, even if they are regulars. I do pay attention to regulars. Maybe he was one of those regulars, building up his courage to ask me out every day, but eventually losing his nerve. Oh, if only we knew what he's actually thinking. Then again, either way, he's gonna still try and get us, so. It's kind of cute thought, though. I consider if it was wise to encourage him. Taking my seat, I wait, checking the old-fashioned neon light, clocking a clock that hangs over the juice box. Juice box. I notice he's 5 minutes late. I might as well buy myself a milkshake in the meantime. The waitress on tonight's shift is surprised to see me here on my day off. I imagine that she will tell me job loyalty is one thing, but the food here is not worth writing home about. After serving the stuff for a few months now, I agree with her. At first, the milkshakes are good. At least the milkshakes are good. They are really old-fashioned kind, made with real ice cream and ingredients, unlike the powdered mix and flavored syrups at the fast food places. The waitress must have been less busy than I assumed, because she brought my shake to me only a few minutes later. Fast. I pull the spoon from the vintage glass and lick it clean. Kind of makes me want to get a milkshake from a mom and pop diner. So good. I stir the shake a little before I take a sip. A man rushes for the diner's front door, like he ran the whole way here with something tucked carefully under his arm. I immediately recognize his sleeveless hoodie and blue shirt. He quickly scans the diner in panic. He's probably thought that I already left. I wave him over, and a leaf spreads across his face. Winded, he hurries down the row of booths and sits across from me. You're late. I know. I'm sorry. I had to make a quick stop. Oh, don't worry, Peter. As he speaks to me between wet breaths, I try to place where he might have been before coming here. I hear him trying to breathe up, pull out my nailer. Honestly, the stranger pulls out a long white box that he was carrying, placing it on the table and sliding it over to me. Here, I bought this for you. Thinking about earlier today in the park, it might have been a little creepy to ask you for a date on the spot. I thought I might get you a little something as a way of apologizing. If it is awkward for you, if it was awkward for you, of course. He got something for me? Really? It had better not be a severed ear or fingers or something. No, Peter, you probably would sever someone's ear, but opening the box, I see two long stem roses with deep red petals. The thorns were removed, and they are bound by a shimmering black silk ribbon. They're lovely, thank you. I take the roses in my hand gingerly, as if they were still. I draw the aroma in deeply. They're wonderfully fresh and fragrant. There's no bouquet or anything, but I thought that they looked nice. He smiles as he watches me admire his gift. They're very nice, thank you. I place the flowers back in their box, and the stranger averts his eyes for a bit, so as to not stare at me, nagging questions I have hanging over my head like a storm cloud. And while he was in good mood, I figured that I should inquire a bit about this cute but bizarre stranger. The diner is a greasy spoon diner, with a stranger carrying a box of roses didn't seem ordinary. He's going on a date with you in the diner. It could be worse. It could be McDonald's. Would rather be in the greasy spoon diner, Mom and Pop's diner, than McDonald's. This is joking. Take me to McDonald's and I'll be fine. This could be food. And I had to make sure that he wasn't going to propose at the cash register. I probably would say yes. I stirred the milkshake with a straw for a second or two. So, how did you know where I work here? Oh, well, I walk by the place rather often on my walks. I catch glimpses of you through the window from time to time when you're working. I tried coming in, but I get cold feet and just keep walking. Yeah, I actually know what your actual plans are, but like a loser. Aw, Peter. He stares down at the table in shame, cueing me to reach over and give his hand a reassuring pat. No, you're not a loser. Do you know what? I don't even know your name. My name? The smile on his face fades into the slight grimace before his gaze drifts off to the side. I really don't like my name. Honestly, I'd rather be called something else, like a nickname or something. I've been calling your name for all this time. Sorry, Peter. He must have a really horrible name or really horrible parents that he wants to disassociate with. Okay, how about I could do Peter, but YB. How about YB? He seems pleased with what I came up. He seems pleased with what I came up with, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. Yeah, that's much better. Honestly, thank you. I reassure him with another gentle squeeze. The expression of disgust instantly evaporates into delight over his new name. I still call you Peter. Well, I didn't realize until now, but he has some really beautiful blue eyes. The vivid color left me taking in their deep blue hue, not noticing that I was staring until he cleared his throat. My coworker / friend's dog has blue eyes. Dog wanted me to pet her. It's like, looks at me after I stopped. Please pet me, okay? 20 minutes later, my hand's tired. Are we having a moment or a blush spreads across his cheeks as he squeezes my hand back. Sorry. I pull my hand from his, cursing myself for staring like that. Great, now I'm the awkward weirdo. Heat radiates from my cheeks, and I imagine them glowing bright red like a Christmas light. The thought makes my cheeks warmer and blush deepening. He chuckles and shakes his head. Hey, there's nothing to be sorry for. Reassuring me with a soft smile, he looks around for something to break the tension, eyes falling upon my milkshake. Hey, I was supposed to buy you something. Well, you kind of already did. I point to the box of roses. Besides, we could share this. Just as long as I get the cherry. Deal? I scoot the milkshake towards him. He looks at the side, reaching over to take it. Man, you're on our first date and you're the one buying. I'm very terrible at this. Well, how about you buy next time? His eyes go wide in surprise. Next time you want to meet up you want me up again? Well, that wasn't a total disaster, right? So yeah. And Peter, you're adorable. You know, I know you're a sociopath. You're adorable. I mean, I guess it wasn't. I mean, I don't think so, but I don't want to argue with you. It's cute seeing him struggle for a coherent thought while also trying to restrain his happy energy, all just from being around me. Aw, it's so cute. Even though he does go and turn around and stab everyone, and then go back. Still, as much as I'm enjoying his company, I can't stay long. I look out the window in a bit of exaggerated way in order to get his attention. It's getting dark. I don't like walking home late at night. How about we continue this on our next date? Rising up from my seat, I pull out one of the napkins from the dispenser. Do you have a pen? Oh, I think I do. To be fair, I would still probably walk out at night. He pulls one from his pocket and hands it to me. I write down my name and number. Here, call me. We can hang out again soon, okay? But then again, I have a vehicle. Taking pen and napkin from my hand, he gazes down at the number in complete awe before looking back at me. Of course, I'd love to see you again. I walk to the register and pay for the shake. With a quick look back at him, I wave and leave the diner. With a brisk pace, I make my way back to the apartment before nightfall. The evening air cools my skin, but for some reason, I feel warm the whole way back. I'm finally back in my apartment, quietly walking to my room so that I don't disturb my roommate. Judging by the thumping and moaning sounds coming from the other side of the wall, they seem to be having another steady session. It's like they're banging on the walls. It's bang. I wish they would be more quiet. I have to live here too. I don't bother to turn on the lights in my room, and I flop face down first into the mattress, limbs spread wide, laying out a long, loud groan that made the couple next door pause for a brief moment. I roll onto my back and stare up at the ceiling. Despite having so many other things in my mind, my thoughts never stray far from YB. Or Peter. Looking over the box that's still in my hand, I open it once more. Then I pull out the bundled roses and smiling a little, draw in their sweet fragrance again. I hope he calls soon. He's definitely gonna call. In different contexts. Let's continue. So, YN, did you have a nice time with him? Well, don't answer that. It's time to get up and face another day. Oh, I roll over my bed. Every inch of my body is begging me to wake up, but I don't want to. Never do. It's like I didn't get any form of rest at all. I wonder why. I fight the will to wake up for a moment, rubbing my eyes before sitting up in my bed. I'm a mess. Well, I'm gonna... That's weird. Okay. Now we're just gonna go 12 a.m. It's like, oh my god, I'm late for work! Finally dressed, I rush out of my bedroom, making my way into the kitchen section where I normally put my work keys. Hey!
Looks like someone's in a hurry.
Lucy! Oh, crap, Lucy! Jeez! Startled from the sudden voice, I turn around and look over towards my roommate, who looks just as surprised as I am. Whoa, chill, my dude. What's got you all jumpy this early in the morning? Well, first of all, what's the type of thing? For a moment, I was surprised she's not even irritated that I called her by name. She only allowed it. Wow it with people she trusts. I then shake my head, focusing back on my predicament. I'm late for work, so I got a bolt out before I lose my job. I frantically try to explain as I grab my keys from the kitchen counter and start to hurry my way towards the front door. So no coffee then? She makes her way to the coffee machine to turn it off. As much as I have many issues with my roommate's lifestyle, lack of job, and always leaving me with the rent. At least she keeps the place clean and makes the coffee for me every morning. I guess it's the little gestures that hold me back from looking for a new place for a new roommate. No, not today. Thanks though. I answer before taking my leave, not entirely closing the door behind me as I bolt my way down to the stairs and out of the apartment building. One sec. Cat wants to go leave. Great way to start a new day. At least I'm seeing a YB today. So that's something on the upside. It's a Sunday. There's usually hardly any customers on Sunday mornings, but even then, it doesn't excuse my being late. Rushing for the front doors of the diner, I dash into the kitchen and grab my apron off the closet hanger along the far end of the wall. The aprons seem to be the only place where grease stains don't get all over me. I think I know why, because the apron's supposed to protect you. Seeing I have to wear an apron at work too myself. Filming to tie the apron on, I rush over towards the time clock and snatch my time card to punch in. Wait. According to this, I already clocked in. In my workplace, we would get in trouble for doing that. Who could have? My attention snaps towards the sound of approaching footsteps. Whoever is, they're not trying to be discreet, as they carry a clanking stack of dirty dishes back from a table.
There you are. Where have you been?
There's TK.
I've been covering your shift for the past 45 minutes without the boss even knowing you're not here.
TK rushes right by me as they gently place the dishes into the sink of soapy hot water, dripping and whipping their hands. TK sighs loud enough to make sure that I could hear it. They're like this all the time though, always acting like they're the big sibling to everyone and keeping things in one piece. I huff as I try to think of an excuse that doesn't sound pathetic, as my alarm didn't go off, but the truth is all I have, so I try to downplay the issue. I didn't get why you're making such a fuss. We're pretty much dead on Sunday morning. You kind of weren't paying attention when you came barging in. Look outside. TK wipes their hands on their apron before gesturing for me to look out through the service window. What the? Are you kidding me? All these people. Why are there so many old farts here? I try not to raise my voice to a point that the fiber chopping boomers outside did not hear me. A tour bus came along. That's what happened. Now stop asking questions and start waiting tables. TK hands me a spare notepad and pencil and nudges me out of the kitchen. Great, here I am, hoping to have an easygoing day. So much for that. Yep. The breakfast crowd is rough to say the least. The less I talk about the customers, the better. But today really pushed my patience. A couple of customers were afraid to refuse to pay for their breakfast because it was slow and that they didn't get their coffee cups filled 5 or 6 times. I had to smooth things out with a smile so sugary sweet that it would have given them a cavity. Luckily, I have a bit of charisma and have been able to smooth all but the toughest of customers. Is my charisma level 100? Sometimes it's just easy. I roll 5 in Persona. Sometimes it's just easier to give them a I owe you, saying that their next meal is on the house if they really are that tipped off. They leave quickly and never come back, and we don't lose money, so it's a win-win. Or someone actually takes up on that offer. It's just strange that some of the worst customers are the oldest. I guess you don't have much for use for common decency and human kindness with one foot in the grave. Such a hassle. It's like, no, I think some that are technically the worst are probably some kids anymore. Influencers are probably worse, will probably be worse to deal with, especially if from live seeing on YouTube, than the old people. Eventually the crowd starts dying down, most leaving it to do some sightseeing, others staying to order some more coffee or lunch. At least these are the kind of customers that mind their own business, and are more focused on eating or talking. Straggling into the kitchen, I let out a long sigh and rest against the wall, finally able to take a moment to relax. I know you want to get off your feet, but you missed a table. TK sneaks over to my side, giving me a gentle nudge before pointing back out to the dining area. I roll my exhausted eyes and look over towards them. Can't you do it? I don't feel like having some geezer throw their coffee on me again. I would, but you owe me for covering your tables for an hour. Darn. They had a point. With a groan, I leave myself off the wall, trying to straighten my posture and stumble back out. Scanning the booths, I check all the tables. I hit already gone, matching their faces with orders, the order table by table. I don't think I missed any. A voice chimes from the booth to my right. Peter. Hey there, stranger. Kiss on the cheek. Hey, cutie. He seems to be caught a little off guard, though instantly beams as he rubs his cheek. After already kissing after the first date, have you no shame? He teases. It's like, well, seeing that I played this game again, this isn't the first date. I mean, you already technically knocked me out before. Multiple times, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Hey now, I'm not the one who asked you out on a date out of the blue. It's you who should be ashamed. True. Yet here you are, trying to seduce me into giving you a hearty tip. He spoke, musing his eyes along my body. Oh dang, you caught me. I guess I'll have to try harder next time. As soon as I say this, I feel him shake his hand along my waist, pull me closer to him, as a very converse smirk curls into his lips. Harder than a kiss on a cheek, my interest is piqued. I'm sure it is, Peter. I never knew he was a wild one, considering how tame he seemed like yesterday. Somehow seeing this other, more forward side to him was alluring. Eventually I pull away from his subtle hold, reaching around to undo my apron. Anyways, we're still on for lunch? I ask, watching the hungry look on his eyes fade and going back to the being casual man I met yesterday. Of course, anything you'd like, darling. Alright, let me tell my coworker that I'm going on my break. Can't just ditch them, you know. It's like, yeah, you can. No, of course not. You go on ahead. I'll be here when you get back. He winks at me flirtatiously before I leave. God, why is this turning me on so much? I back away into the kitchen area, hanging up my apron just as TK approaches me.
Oh, and who was that?
My boyfriend. They take a glance out into the dining area before returning their attention to me. Him? He's my boyfriend. It's crazy because we just barely met yesterday and he asked me out on a date right out of the blue. They don't seem to respond well to this as they give me a little frown. That's rather quick. I mean, I've gotten asked out multiple times at work. My coworkers too. So he just here to see you, right? One actually did get a stalker though. Eventually, actually I think, no, yeah, two got stalkers. They're older. People though. They're older, like they actually have kids and they have stalkers. Or had. Actually, he's here to take me out a little break date. We might stop by my place and get lunch before coming back.
Oh, so it's serious then.
They tried to look as though they weren't bothered by this. Maybe, I don't know. I'd love to see where this goes. Honestly, how crazy everything is when my wife has been, this guy is a nice change. TK seems troubled, attempting to keep a forward smile on their face. I guess it's just I'm kinda hoping that maybe I could treat you to lunch sometime. Bless their heart, I know they kind of got a god thing for me. Though things may have been so crazy, I don't think dating a coworker would help out. I think I should go have him go. Yeah. Well, how about tomorrow? I mean, I do owe you for covering my part of the shift today. They seem to perk up at their offer, doing their best to act more casual. Yes, you do. We both work tomorrow, though. So how about coffee on the way to work? Nothing like a nice perk before dealing with the Monday's crowd. You got it. Coffee and maybe a muffin if I feel like spoiling you. I won't fight you on it. Well, I'd better not keep you too. Be safe, alright? I don't want to take on the rest of today on my own. No worries, I'll be back in about an hour. YB stands there with a blank expression on his face. Almost as though he lost in thought. He doesn't seem to recognize me as I approach. Hey, are you alright? He snaps out of it, and I reach over and nudge his arm. Huh, yeah, I'm fine. Just a little burned out as well. Burned out is all. I had the very late night. Late night? Do you work as a security guard or something? He shakes his head and chuckles to himself. I wouldn't say that exactly. My night hobby isn't something I could pay my bills with. Yeah, I know. I mainly test and review products. Test products? Are you a consumer report tester or some kind? Something like that. I just mainly feel myself testing products like appliances, little inventions that claim to work, food, life hacks, that sort of thing. You know he would be one of the people that did like the YouTuber food products as when it was trending. Sometimes I have a small company pay me to test their item to help them gain exposure. It doesn't pay for good reviews for me though. Huh, that sounds like a fun job. A lot better than working here. It has its perks. So, ready to head out? Yeah, I can't be gone for long though. TK needs me back an hour. I'm sure TK will be fine if you're running a minute or two late. Besides, it's gonna be slow here for the rest of the day anyway. I guess so? Here you are. I don't think I'm the kind of person who would just let anyone in during a second date. Of course not. You're a person of class, though it does explain why you're dating me. Well, because, Peter, you're my stalker, and I know it. And it would be... It's even worse if I did the meaner route. I just feel like horrible. I roll my eyes and reach over to unlock the door. Hey, you're the one who asked me out. You're lucky that you were too cute to turn down. I feel his warm hand rest against my lower back, and my body trembles. His gentle touch slowly trails upward. His tender caress makes my body burn.
I can't help it. You're far too irresistible.
Hey! None of that in the hall.
Startled, I spin away from my apartment door. I could feel that my cheeks are still flushed from YB's touch, and I try to compose myself. Jesus, scared the crap out of me. Ryan, I didn't expect you back so soon. Shouldn't you be at work? My landlord looks as cranky as ever. I am. I'm just taking a small lunch break. It's only for an hour. The landlord seems unfazed by my excuse and quickly turns his attention towards YB. And you are? YB. I'm YN's boyfriend. YB says unwaveringly and clearly irritated by being interrupted. Well, in a way I don't blame him. Yeah, boyfriend. Sure. God, what's that even mean? YB continues to glare at him, but the landlord, completely disinterested by the lackey stranger, turns his attention back to me. Anyway, I suppose you can guess why I'm here. I groaned as he turned to unlock the front door. Yeah, I know. I'll talk to her when I see her later tonight, okay? If you see her tonight. You can't keep covering for Lucy like this, YN. Look, I appreciate you're killing yourself to keep a roof over her head, but this is getting out of hand. I know that I'm running out of excuses to defend my roommate, but my mind keeps searching for them. I stop messing with the door lock when I realize I've been playing with my keys to keep from facing the landlord. I feel like a child being scolded. But I'm an adult, so I better act like one. I hang my arms to my side, trying to hold back a sigh. I turn my attention back towards my landlord. I know you know. But I have to put my foot down, Ryan. She's violated her contract one too many times. But think about yourself. She dumps her half of the rent on you, leaving you to work triple shifts at a dead-end, greasy spoon diner. Listen, I admire a hard-working person, I do. And I get that you're trying to be a good person, and you don't want to be bad, but you can't kill yourself like this. She needs to go. I'll find another roommate. I'll look into finding another roommate. I'm all on my breath, completely defeated. I'm so tired of trying to defend her. So I'm twice as tired from having to cover her half of the rent. Alright, that's good to hear. I'll start terminating her contract. He gives me a mild look of concern, though his gruff stare it's hard to see, but it's still there. Listen, it's rough putting this on you, all on you, and I don't want to look like a bad guy here. My ex-wife does that to me enough. I'll make it look like I'm evicting the both of you, and once she's gone and out of the room, I'll give you the first month free while you find another roommate. No need to look, I'm right here. I hadn't noticed that YB's been straying his posture, as if trying to size himself up against the landlord in a silent game of male dominance. It's like, which one of us taller? It's like, it's Dawn. That is, if you don't mind me moving in. The landlord doesn't seem terribly keen on the idea, and looks at me with a glint of objection. Really? Because I'm already throwing you a bone with one roommate. There won't be a second chance. YB's offer catching me completely by surprise. I'm speechless, but after seeing the landlord's critical glare, I reach over and take YB's hand into mine. Yes, really. The landlord shakes his head in disapproval, but deep down he knows that this is probably easier to deal with in the long run. Fine. Have him come by my office after you two are done doing whatever you two were going to do, and I'll get a contract set up. But I want his references financial information first. I don't need another deadbeat in my building. Okay, thank you, sir. The name is Don Williams, kid. But just call me Mr. Williams. I need to get my damn head examined. He grumbles to himself as he heads back to his office, finally leaving the two of us alone. It's like Peter's like, okay, I know which one I'm gonna kill this time. I feel bad for it being TK. But TK's the only one I did not do the choices for. Well, here we are. I extend my arms out as if showcasing the layout of the place. Walking in, he scans the apartment, looking rather pleased with what will likely be his new living space. Well, no. Not really. Spoilers. Not bad. Not bad at all. A little bigger than my apartment. So this is an upgrade for me. We'll be the judge of that. He looks back towards me and clears his throat. Hey, sorry for putting you on the spot like that. I didn't mean to butt into your conversation and deem myself as your new roommate. It's fine, certainly. Makes things a lot easier for me. That and you have a decent job. Just don't do that too often, okay? Cross my heart and hope to die. And with a smile on his face, he walks over to me, taking my hands into his, and hope to die. I didn't know if that's the way he says those lines, or maybe the look in his eyes, but I can't help but gaze back at his step as he steps closer, his body nearly up against mine. He cups his hand. He cups his hand against my cheek, gently caressing my skin as he leans forward, placing a gentle kiss against my brow. My heart is pounding as he tenderly cherishes me in such a manner, letting out a small hum as his lips trail down to my other cheek. With a serpent-like tone, he whispers in my ear, "God, I could eat you alive right now." Peter, chill out. I walk up, completely unaware that he backs me up against the kitchen counter. A gasp escaped my lips the moment I felt something thick, warm, and wet slurred along my neck. His tongue. His other hand begins to trail down my waist, pulling my hips flush against his own in a nearly grinding movement. Landlord. Oh God. YB turns his head, letting out an irritated groan as he glares over at my roommate as she bursts through the front door. Lucy, hey, you're home. Oh, not for long. I'm going to hit the bottle, but it seems you two need some alone time. We were just getting lunch real quick. Yeah, just a quick lunch break before going back to work. Yeah,
Nothing like eating out for lunch.
Lucy! Oh my God! She makes her way into the room and grabs a small bag, and she keeps tucked away under the mattress. She stuffs it down between her breast before checking her pockets for a lighter. It's cigarettes. Totally cigarettes. And that is the reason why normally I will choose her to tie, sadly, because asthmatic. Well, you two take your time. Mr. Williams wants me to meet up with him about something or other. I'll be back later tonight, though. Hey, maybe you and I could have a little late night for once, you know, if you're not too tired after this. Not tonight. I'll be dead tired, probably go to bed earlier. My roommate huffs out a sigh as she walks over to us. Lucky you. I wish I got exhausted from work. She gives my cheek a little pinch. I'll be up if you changed your mind. I were confused by this gesture. Never before has she ever expressed such a physical manner of any kind, not even shaking my hand when we first met. Walking by YB, she leans over, and she turns her conversation over towards him. Go easy on her. Go easy on this one. YB needs some fun. Go easy on YN. Hey, I got some. Just go. Can't hate me for looking out for you two. Closing the front door, I hear Lucy walk as well. Croatia doesn't want anyone walking in on us as she did. For a moment of silence, I step away from YB a little, looking down at the floor while feeling both embarrassed and very, very flustered. I'm going to see what leftovers we got stored away in the fridge. I say in a hushed voice, biting my lower lip as my eyes drift back to him. The devilish glint was still in his eyes, but casually he nods in agreement. Yeah, can't send you back to work on an empty stomach. And why can't the rest of the day be like this morning? The moment I get back from lunch, this place is dead as my dream job. TK walks up, dressed in their casual clothes and hands tucked away in their pockets. They yawn as they see me approach. You already clocked out? Yeah, I'm ready to go home and die. Oh, don't do that. I still need your help tomorrow. Yeah, sorry, TK. They chuckle, holding open the door for me as we both take our leave. TK starts heading to their car, rummaging with their keys for a moment before pausing, turning their attention over towards me. Hey, can I talk to you about something? Yeah, sure, what's up? They hesitate a bit, looking off at the side as they muster the courage to speak. About that guy, YB, I know I have no place to say anything, but I got a creepy vibe about him. Well, you're not wrong, TK. Creepy? How do you mean? It's just that it seemed like he had his eyes on us the whole time we were talking. I don't know. You're just paranoid. Sorry, I just... They shift uncomfortably where they stand, still fiddling with their keys. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow. Be careful walking home. Yeah, you too. With that, TK gets into their car, fine with the engine for a second or two before starting it up and driving off. Understand their concern, and maybe they're right. YB and I just went on a 5-minute date, and he was already ready to maybe we're moving too fast. Lucy hasn't come back yet? Odd. She normally is home at a reasonable time. Well, normal by her standards anyway. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that she isn't back yet. Closing and locking the door behind me, I don't bother turning on the lights as I shuffle my way to my room in the dark. Open the door to my room, I reach over to flip the light switch. Okay, we're supposed to... Who keeps opening this? Darn it. Didn't Lucy forget to even pay the utility bill too? No. Something setting my things down in my bed. I find my way out of my room, looking around to the inky void before me. I think we had some candles placed somewhere. There he is. What? Or who did I bump into? Lucy, is that you? Whoever is, they stay quiet. Mr. Willems, are you in here? No, I whisper again. My heart races faster as the silence only grows. Someone wraps their arms around me and I feel something wet, like a cloth, covering my mouth and nose. I try to break free, but they don't loosen their grip. Oh God, I'm starting to feel drowsy and weak. Who's doing this? Why? A chill runs down my spine as I feel something that feels like a kiss against my cheek. Then I hear a familiar, seductive voice whisper in my ear.
I'll see you tomorrow, darling.
I'll see you tomorrow, darling. What is he? Okay, continue. What? I'm back in my room. My head's pounding. What happened last night? There's a little bit of a jump scare. Not really scary. Oh God, that's right. I wasn't alone. The one who tapped me, his voice was just like... Nah, that can't be. It must have been a nightmare. It must have been a dream, a nightmare, more like it. I guess I've been too stressed lately. Thank God it didn't happen though. Who could that be? Oh, it's probably YB. I bet I better get that. I hope it's YB. It's been long since I looked forward to seeing someone. Like, coming. Quickly making my way towards the door, I take a deep breath and look through at the people. Oh! Hey, Don. Hey, Mr. Williams. Sorry about that. I thought you were someone else. Paranoid not enough to not answer the door, huh? Sorry. Mr. Williams doesn't seem to acknowledge that the apology as he crosses his arms and continues. I had a word with Lucy about the termination of her contract. Well, both of yours. She didn't take it well. I can imagine. Mr. Williams seems a little uneasy as he continues. She tried to convince me to at least keep you here, saying that she had recently got a job somewhere and will pay you back for all the times you covered her. She did? Yeah. Anyway, long story short, she'll be by later today to start packing her things, so I suggest you make it look like you're packing up too. Tekka will be packing up some stuff anyway because I'm probably not going to be coming back. I feel a sinking feeling in my gut. I was ready to let her go, yet she's the one who pleaded for Mr. Williams not to kick me out. It's not too late now to go back on this. The older man clears his throat as though to get my attention. Anyways, if you need some boxes, I'll think I got some to spare in my office. Yeah, I could use a few. I mutter, feeling unsure about my decision now. Alright, follow me. Fucking Peter's fan. Holy, he lives like this? Now I think he doesn't have the right to harass us about keeping our place in top shape. Mr. Williams looks back at me as he walks into his place, reading the look on my face. Judge all you want. I'm the one paying for the whole darn building, well, babysitting everyone inside it. So no, my personal crap is not gonna be in order. Okay, sorry. I mutter, not expecting or wanting a lecture shoved down my throat. Mr. Williams kneels in front of the mess, and he has it right at the door, shifting around boxes stuffed with all kinds of junk. Papers, pages full of possible dirty clothes he never got to wash, rusted toolboxes, a sleeping bag riddled with holes, a junk-like tie rack what someone might see as an antique, and some various things that would be tossed in a dumpster. Eventually, he pulls out a folded-up slack of cardboard boxes, tossing them aside into a pile, one by one. How many do you need? Enough for my whole room. So I could play it with my boyfriend when he takes me away. He asks, not looking back at me as he pulls another folded box out. That'll be enough. I don't have very many things to box up anyway. Mr. Williams stands up with a grunt, beginning to carelessly shove items he pushed aside earlier back into place. Alright then, he mutters, dusting off his hands. Be sure to ask Lucy if she needs more boxes too. If so, just have her come down and see me. Okay, I will. The man doesn't seem to respond at first. Almost as though he doesn't listen as he picks up the pile of folded boxes and hands them to me. He seems out of it now. This shushing even. Well, hello? What? He asked, snapping back to reality. I said I'll be sure to have her come here to get some more boxes. Right. That won't be awkward or anything. he mumbles as he escorts me to the door. Anyway, be sure your friend stops by later tonight so I could get a contract going for him. I will, thanks. Oh, we're not gonna get a contract. We might be having our plans. After placing the boxes back at my place, I quickly get ready for work. I was hoping for a day off, but at least I wasn't going in as early. Besides, TK and I are going to be having a little breakfast together, so it's not all bad. And here we are, looking down at the barrel of lower the minimum wage, possibly expired food, and Notch's customers. At least I won't be here for long today. I better hurry and clock in. I want to enjoy some time with TK before the workday begins. Just then, a distressed holler is heard in the kitchen area. I can't make out what is being said, but suddenly an officer quickly makes his way out of the kitchen. Rattling for ambulance, he looks completely distraught. You need a way outside, he blatantly states, barely even looking at me for 2 seconds before he turns his gaze away. But I work here, what's going on? Yeah, I kind of need to know. The officer doesn't say anything at first, but still looking as though he's trying to process what he saw. Please, we found a body locked in the freezer. Oh, I know who the murderer is, but... he finally manages to explain. And I technically know who he probably... did this. He probably... Yeah. I need you to wait outside, okay? A what? Yeah. There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. Oh, he doesn't say it here.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, he says it now. That might be a glitch. Oh God. You had me worried sick. Are you right? What did they say? If they blame you on this, I swear to God all. You're saying it in front of the officer, Peter. No. I'm fine. It's okay. It's alright. I think someone was murdered. YB's expression of great concern slowly fades as he walks up and takes my hand. We better leave. Saying I know what he actually did. It's like... That looks like... Oh, I should get out of here. Run. Well, it looks like you might have today off. Not funny. It's weird that TK didn't text me about this, though. They probably running late today. I wouldn't stress it. But TK's never late. First time for everything. No, something isn't right. Like, you could still be late. I muttered, pulling myself away from YB as I grabbed my phone. What are you doing? I'm going to give them a call. Hey, TK here. Clearly, I'm unable to get my phone. Sorry about that. Tell you what, if you leave a name and a number after whatever notches sound this phone has, I'll see what I can to get you back to you. Mickey, later. Well, they're not answering. You think they are ghosting you? Yeah, Peter, totally ghosting me. Maybe they came in early and called the police when they got here. I wouldn't think so. Even if they are, I'm sure they'll have everything handled. I need to know. Oh, I like how... I also just like how it's shading. It's like, well... Hey, wait! He does not want me to see this. Does he? TK, are you here? Whatever. Where are they? The officer from earlier makes his way out of the kitchen, almost frankly trying to block my view. Hey, I said way outside. Defiant, I moved myself around him to see what he was trying to hide from me. I'm sorry, I'm just making sure my friend is alright. No, 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 no! I'm sorry, TK. I tried to force my way into the kitchen, but the officer immediately grabbed me and pulls me towards the dining area. No, that's my friend! That's TK, let me go! Instantly, YB comes in, wrapping his arm around me and tugging me away from the officer's grip. I swear I heard a hiss from him that caused the officer to back away. You shouldn't have seen that. Yeah, to be fair, I know you did it, so... He spoke in a deep tone, resting his hand on my shoulder as he continued to hold me tightly in place. TK, we were supposed to have breakfast today. My outburst caused a scene. There are more questions than attended after identifying the body. I do my best to give as much information as I can. I don't know anyone who might have done this to them. Well, I do. The whole time, YB held my hand and kept me close, comforting me when things got too much. Eventually, we were let go. I was quiet through the whole walk. I just wanted to go home and die in my sleep. YB tried to lighten the mood with a small talk on the way back, even cracking a joke or two, but eventually went quiet when I wasn't responsive. He must have gotten the hint that I was not in a mood. How could anyone perk up after losing a dear friend? Once we got in the apartment building, YB took my hand and guided me to the front door. I didn't realize someone else was there until I felt someone walk up and wrap their arms around me. I'm a little startled, but too drained to react properly. Pulling away just a little, I lift my head to be face to face with the one who came comforting me without hesitation. Lucy.
Hey, sweetie. I heard what happened.
Oh, he's mad. Just then YB walks up, nudging Lucy and me apart. Give YN some room to breathe. They just had a traumatic day. Lucy shoots YB an irritated look for a moment before taking a step back. Yeah, you're right. It's just... Jesus, so out of the blue. Who on earth would do such a thing? Well... YB leans me over towards the sofa, sitting me down before kissing the top of my head.
You relax, darling. I'll get you something to drink.
Lucy sits down next to me, placing her hand on mine. I could feel her worried gaze on me, but she doesn't say a word. What could she say? Nothing. Other than, I think he did it. I ignored them. What? TK had feelings for me, but I never even acknowledged it. I just ignored them. Let's not dwell on that. YB speaks as he approaches with a glass of water, handing it to me before sitting himself down on the other side of the sofa. I mean, I do lay on this route a little bit because couldn't really tell people I'm ace. He's right. You really shouldn't work yourself up on this. It wasn't your fault that this happened. Now you're being supportive. Too bad you can't do that financially. And one of mine actually did pass away, so it does hit deeper than that routes.
The f is that supposed to mean?
Must be brute. Dead weight. Little mess. I spent all my money to pay and pay my rent again for me. Rent for me again. Hey, eat eat my shiny male, kiss my shiny male butt. You will twig? No thanks. You two not now. You two not now. I speak between clenched teeth. My best friend just got murdered at my job. I do not need you two at each other's throats right now. Lucy gives a little nod in understanding, giving me my shoulder a gentle rub. You're right.
Right. Tensions are rather high right now.
YB goes silent, resting his hand on my thigh, and eyes the ground as though deep in thought. Anyways, I gotta head out. I'll be back later tonight. I trust your man, to be keeping you company, right? She asked, looking over at YB. All night. He reassures, wrapping his arm around me, pulling me close. Yeah, about that. Might not be back at all. All right.
All right. Chin up, sweetie. It's always darkest before the dawn, like my mom always said. Before she started eating glass.
Geez, what kind of parents raised you? The kind that I ran away from, obviously. She says with a slight chuckle before making her way out the door. Love ya. YB comes over and sits down next to me, wrapping one arm around my shoulder and tugging me close against him. This place is making you depressed, darling. Why not stay with me for tonight? Help you clear your mind off things. I suppose so. I never actually saw your place. Darling, trust me, the moment you see it, you won't want to leave, and if you try, I'll just have to tie you down to make you stay. It's like, yeah, I know you would do it. Are you joking? You want to find out? Sure. I say with a hesitated tone. I have a gut feeling that this is a bad idea, but after everything that happened today, I need a distraction. A smirk curls on YB's face as he stands up from the sofa, extending his hand to me and helping me up off the sofa. So bold, I like it. I swear I feel my heart getting caught in my throat as I realize what I'm getting into. The man takes my hand and leads me out of my apartment. It's like, yeah, we're getting kidnapped. Waiting part on the curb is a worn-down-looking gray van. Its windows darkly tilted on the side. All it needs is a free candy sign, and it's good to have several people report it. Or people will think, oh, it's a van lifer. Honestly. That's also something that I think of. YB opens the van door for me, helping me inside before closing it shut. Like, can I not reach? Okay, probably not. Inside isn't too bad. He keeps it decently clean with a cachet collection of scented pine trees on the rear view mirror and an ashtray filled with various change. Buckle up, it's going to be a long ride. How far? About 3 hours. 3 hours? It's like, yeah. I live far away from here, just as I like it, but oh, so far from you. That's okay. The gas money is worth seeing you every day. It's like, no, it isn't. No, it isn't, Peter. Gas is expensive. Wait a minute. You drive 3 hours over here every day just to go to a flower shop? No. YB gets out an unnerving chuckle. Oh, Ryan, I love you, but you're not very bright. It's like I already know. He's stalking me. Think about it. The moment we met at the park, those times I saw you at the diner, how you would always leave your window closed no matter how many times I opened it at night. You perfectly sized closet. I was fit for a size of 6'4", 6'5" person. You You were stalking me. You blame me? You're the one always on my mind. The one who makes my heart beat out my chest each time I see you. Smell you. Like Peter. You want the truth? The truth is I'm mad. Mad at the point that I caress your skin while you sleep, soundly each night. What? Don't you get? I open my heart to you. I'm being forward. I'm being honest. Truth matters in a relationship. I'm tired of keeping things from you. Yeah, I just... It's like, yeah. Now I don't have to worry about it. I'm with my stalker. I'm dating my stalker. I love you. I loved you the moment I saw you at the diner. It's like... Sorry, Peter. I had to go fast on that part. So I had to follow you instead. Study your pattern. Memorize your schedule. Practice what to say when you're finally alone and not working. The park was a perfect to finally approach you. YB glances towards me with a dark glint in his eyes. Once we get to my place, I'd like to show you how much I've been dying to have you to myself. It's like, okay. That's all I could whisper. Feel myself sink more into my seat as he continues to drive. I don't know why I'm more disgusted with the confessions of his stalker-like behavior, or what he's been doing, or the realization that I find these actions of his arousing. It's like, yeah. I just like this route. YB seems to take it my response well as he brings a hand over, placing it firmly against my thigh as he caresses it with such eager motion. Peter. I knew you would understand my love. My body shivered upon feeling his hand up my leg, followed by those words with such a seductive tone. Oh God, I'm trapped in a van with my stalker. What have I gotten myself into? And then there's a murder weapon. What's this? YB doesn't respond, simply reaching over to close the glove box back up. Unimportant item, related to an unimportant event, involving an important person. I went dull on it. Unimportant? What do you mean? Wait, was it you? It's like, was it you? You really... YB doesn't respond, his eyes more focused on the road. Did you kill TK? He looks at me, smiling slightly, as if proud, but trying to hide it. You're not trying to hide it, Peter. Evidence is in the glove box. There's better ways to get away with murder, sir. We're having the heart-to-heart, so might as well be forward. In short, yes, I murdered them. They had to go. They would only get in the way. We can't have that. Expressions turn cold as he mutters the last sentence. You get that? Yes. It's like, looks at me. I do. It's like, well, he was really serious about this. More so than I imagine. I'll kill for you. Such a cliche, but meant it is a cliche, but meant it. He really cared for me that deeply. I'm insane too. I feel a spark ignited by his positive passion. I wasn't bothered at all. It transformed my chilling words into something that warmed my body. I'm flattered that he put himself at risk to murder someone for me. It's like, yay! Yes, definitely. Oh, I'll think like most people, you get a little freaked out by a murder confession. Yeah, I'm not a normal person. I'm not like most people. I got raised on crime shows. And murder she wrote. Seems reassured by my answer becoming less tense. I knew you would understand. And, supernatural. I knew you'd understand. Just another way that we are meant for one another. And plus, Dane has probably killed more people than Peter. Let's be honest. And Dane is my favorite character. At first, I thought it was going to be Sam, because personality-wise, I'm more like the intellectual person. But it was ended up being Dane. He reaches over again to pat my thigh. His eyes focus on the road again. I place my hand over his, appreciating the warmth. Looking out of my passenger window at the road, I observe cities' streets turn into suburbs, enclaves which slowly give way to forest and farmland. For me, I would just stare at the road. I wouldn't go to sleep. I could feel myself getting tired with each passing mile. YB holds my hand in his, squeezing it gently. We'll be home soon. I close my eyes and drift off to sleep. Okay, let's continue. Because now we can do day 4. Officially now. So... my head hurts. Ow. A plush surface cradles me. A bed? My heart... my heavy eyes fight to focus on my surroundings. I do... it's like... yeah, I think his house is bigger. Or his apartment. Welcome back to the world of the living, darling. What's going on? YB is there, stirring in anticipation. My skin pickles at his voice as he tries to move away from him. As I try to move away from him. Darn, my wrists are bound over my head. I try to strain, only to see they're fixed to the wooden headboard with rope. Sorry about the restraints. I wanted to take the time to explain some things to you first. Peter, I really accepted you. You still restrained me. He looks concerned as I struggle against the ropes. I'm tied up in a strange place against my will. I gulp. Inside, anxious over the dire situation I found myself in. You know, some people make some jokes. Like going, well, I didn't know you were into that. Can I get you something to eat, love? I figured you might be hungry after the trip. What? I can't fodder eating in this predicament, but being amble might improve my situation a bit. I just need to be cool with him. Yes, thank you. YB smiles warmly and puts a sandwich near my mouth. It smells like peanut butter and jelly. Which is kind of funny because apparently he's allergic to peanut butter. Peter, why do you feed me peanut butter if you're allergic to it? It's not fancy, but I thought you might like it. I glance at the sandwich. I'm feeling too uneasy to think about eating. Go on. You need to eat something. It's been a while. I take a small bite at his behest. It tastes good, better than I remember any peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever tasting. But it's probably because I'm actually hungry. I mean, it depends. Did he put peanut butter on both sides and jelly in the middle? And what my coworker says, because loves cooking, peanut butter and then putting butter in it, and the jelly is the best. But it's probably because I'm hungry. I eat halfway and pull my head away to signal I'm finished. I'll probably eat it all. Oh, see. And then, like, After that, no more food. YB placed a sandwich on the small plate on the top of the nightstand. It didn't seem like he wanted to hurt me. Maybe he was just being weird again. I calmed down, not pulling against the ropes anymore. Any chance you could untie me? Only if you promised to be good for me. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to edit some of this out. So, you want to play games? Sure, I could play along. He lowers his hand to my thigh and starts stroking it, going back to my butt, but again, he gives it a firm grope. I give YB a 40 look, laying up against the bed. If I play my cards right, he might untie me. Yeah, he might. He seems a bit taken back by my eagerness. Wow. He laughs a bit awkwardly. I know, I've thought about this in my life, where I finally have you where I want you, but crap. Okay, please stop. Kiss him. Garden kiss his hand. Kiss him. I'm gonna have to edit out after this, so. I exhale softly, a tender whimpering that catches his attention. YB's expression melts in that of adoration and tenderness. If he had little hearts in his eyes, he would. He clasps my I can feel your pulse. My pulse was likely racing now. I'll take care of you, darling. Good care of you. He comes back a second later. Okay. He applies a warmth off my body. Did that just happen? It's like, okay, work? Yeah, I got a meeting to do with some editor, and I have to work on some video stuff. Did he mention his profession or hobbies to me? Yeah, he did. I can't remember. The haze of lust surrounded my mind. He kisses the top of my head and squeezes me tight against him. I could sense his reluctance to leave. I didn't expect the first time to be like this, but I wouldn't change a thing. He puts his pants. After a few seconds, I take a deep breath and hop out of bed. Finally alone, I take a look around and seem to be a freshly decorated room. Now, what do I do? Oh, these remind me of the bookshelf that I have at home. Wait, those are the exact same books I have. Oh, he just took everything. Because those two were there. It's a nice PC on the desk. I attempt to log in, but it requires a password. Spare hanger, nothing to write home about. YB must be sloppy as I am doing. Must be as sloppy as I am doing laundry. Some wax candles sit on the dresser, probably YB's way of saying the romantic ambience. Oh, there's the flowers he gave us. It's a privacy panel, but I get a feeling that I won't be afforded any privacy during my stay. It looks like a hamper for any dirty laundry, even if there is a pile of them on the floor. He's like me, he's like, eh. Of course, he has a god table set for just 2 of us. I don't think having coffee is a good idea right now. They're covered in dust. I guess YB isn't much of a drinker. It's filled with mostly my favorite snacks and drinks. Does he have anything in here for himself? Probably not. Looks like YB burned something. No wonder he's a twig if he eats like that. I think I'm a twig too, so... Locked. Darn it. There's cookbooks. At least he's trying to learn to cook. He has a whole napkin dispenser. I wonder if I could use this to defend myself. Maybe not. Too soft. Just take out the male part. We'll get me good. We'll be haggard. Just beat him with it. Like we're using it for a yokai. It's a yokai. Just pick you up and beat it. It's a hog, no snake. Rat? Rat is labeled on the water dish. He seriously named it Rat? Well, to be fair, there's weirder names for a snake. At least it's still working. Did he get these from the flower shop back home? At least YB has hoodies with sleeves on them. Sleeping pills. Do not sit table today. There's toilet trays that I like to use. I'm not seeing anything here that YB can use for himself. Yeah, there's like 1 toothbrush. I open the door and see YB at the computer desk as he types on at the keyboard. It's a nice mini studio for content creation, like a podcast, like podcasting. Mine is my room. Hello, lover boy. YB smiles, turning his head towards me. Hey, sexy. Get a good tour of the house? Yeah, it's nice. Small, but nice. Like, it might be a little bit bigger some places. I rub my arm, feeling slightly awkward and try not to blush. I could still smell him on me. Well, how would you like to hang out with me? I need to get a meeting out of the way with my editor, but it should be quick. Editor? Editor? I can't remember if I told you, but I make online video reviews for various products. My editor, Daniel, cleans up the footage I sent him. Nice guy. He's been working for me for a few months now. So he has his employee. He turns back to his monitor, typing away. It's weird imagining YB has a life, which involves other people. He seems like a lone wolf. It gives a dimension to his character that's almost endearing. I'm just letting him know that I'm going to take some time off to spend some time with you. Okay, I hope I'm not distracting you. You're fine, YN. Feel free to lounge on the bed if you want. You can't lounge on the bed. At least not that one. I guess I'll just hang out in my new room for a bit. Back in my room, I take a moment to ponder my situation. There's no doubt that YB is unstable as heck. I wish I could get him to see that this isn't the most ideal way to gain a person's affections. Well, I see on there, so good luck with that. I freeze as the door clicks open and YB's standing in the doorway, shoving his phone in his pocket. Just wrapped up with Daniel. How are you liking our home? Got a nice setup. You really want me to stay here? I can't really believe he wants me to live with him like this. It's all so sudden. Well, I mean, it was sudden when he asked us out of the date. It was sudden the date too, and then he just kidnapped us for day 3, and now we're here day 4 in the kidnapping. Where does this let us go? Walk around the house. It's where you'll live from now on. I know it's bigger than your apartment, but I'll take care of everything. Don't worry. I'll take care of the finances so you no longer have to concern yourself with bills and work. He's really serious about keeping me here. It's all so fast, but I have to admit, no work, no responsibilities. Sounds amazing. I thought about all the scrapping and saving I had to do, and picking up the rent if Lucy came short. I'll provide whatever your heart desires. All right, let's do it. It's like, yes. He had me have to no, I didn't have to go to work anymore. No more asthma attacks. I weighed my options. It seemed too good to be true, but really makes sense in the domestic fantasy. But what really makes sense in a domestic fantasy? He has means and is willing to pay, so why not? I have nothing to do and nowhere to really run to. I figure it's not as bad an idea as it may sound. Maybe things really can be happy and normal with YB. It would give me a break from my crappy wife. Alright, let's do it. He steps forward to kiss my forehead, pulling me in the hug. It's all so quick, but I believe this can work. Excellent, darling. You just made me the happiest man alive. YB pecks my cheek before he runs out of the room joyously. Okay, let's go to the TV. At least he has power going into this. Channel 3 news update. And all the Karens were thankfully tarred and feathered by the staff. Oh, nice. In our news, the recent killing of Y. Kimpson, Lee Parker, is still under investigation. Police are searching for YN, who was their coworker at Dan's Damn Diner, and disappeared. They're being treated as a person of interest in this case. If you have any information on YN's whereabouts or about the murder, please contact the police tip line at... I shut the TV off. Oh my god, the situation is worse than I thought. Poor TK. I hope they don't consider me a I hope they don't consider me a suspect. I think they already kind of did. A person of interest is a suspect. I don't even know if anyone can find me out here. YB is too clever. I mean, he was clever enough to leave the murder weapon in the car. Just saying. YB sits at his sits at his desk, watching some of his review videos from the looks of it. I walk in and hover over his shoulder. In the video, he's going on and on about a knife set he received. He's a natural in front of the camera, talking to his invisible audience about the project and why they should purchase a set for themselves. I get a closer view of the video, standing next to his chair. You want to watch with me? He pats his lap violently, inviting me to sit. Sure. I sit down on YB, and he wraps his arm around my waist, pulling me closer against him. Dead Eye shortcut. Working products. DIY DIY rat photos, darling. Oh, his photos for me. Daniel's notes. Later, we'll date later. Context script. I shift a little against him, trying to get comfortable. A chill goes through my body as I hear him moan a little. Hey now, calm down. Sorry, I can't help it. So which one would you like to see? The ones that are delete later file? How about my top rated video? No, I want to see the rejects. Please. I bat my eyes towards him, buttering him up to witness the videos he seems ashamed of. Okay. He hesitates a bit, taking his time to hover the cursor over the folder. Are you sure? They're rejects for a reason. Yeah, sure. I know, and that's why I want to see them. I'm sure they're not that bad. No, they're pretty bad. I do more cringier stuff, Peter. Well then, that makes me even more curious. YB groans as he pulls up the rejected file, leaning back in his seat and placing his face into his hand. Just one, okay? Okay. Scrolling over each file, there was one that really caught my attention.
Here we go. Salutations, everyone! I have returned to send you another review. However, we are doing something different this time. Thick Flow, a curious 2-in-1 shampoo product that keeps popping up in ads each time I'm online. I know I normally don't tackle such products, but I figured it's time to try something new. So let's see what we have in store.
His hair.
Not worth it.
Yeah, definitely not worth it if it basically was a hair remover instead of shampoo. Holy cow. Yeah. He had so much hair. Keep rubbing it in. Peter. Peter. That company was evil. Sorry. That's just... Wow. Did you sue the heck out of the company for that? Yeah, it was a bit of a fight at first. They denied everything. Even so much as claiming they never sold hair products. Hair care products. After I showed them the video and the receipt, I was compensated handsomely. So it didn't go to trial. That was either arbitration or settled out of court. Thank you. Thank God. And upside, I was able to use the money to heavily upgrade this place. There is no way I'll bring you to condemned shack. You used that money to make this house livable for me? Every penny. I look around the cramped space YB had set for himself. He puts so much effort into the rest of the house, giving me the biggest room, new furniture, appliances, yet he tucks himself away in such a tiny room. I'm hideous now, compared to when I had hair. You look good no matter what, Peter. Let's be real. Don't be silly. If anything, I think bald suits you. Saying this, I place a kiss on the top of his head, nuzzling against him. YB didn't hesitate to wrap his arm around me and hug me tightly. You're too good to me, YN. I give his bald head a little pat, sliding off his lap. Well, I'm gonna look around a bit more. Alright, I promise I'll be done in a few minutes. No worries. Oh. Okay. My stomach started to growl. I checked the fridge for something to eat. Looks like I could easily make a meal with what's here. Make a meal for yourself and YB. I grabbed some stuff in the fridge and turned on the stove. After a quick bit of prep and some hissing from the pan and frame, the kitchen quickly begins to fill with a pleasant smell. The aroma seems to linger into YB's as he opens his door to join me in the kitchen. Something smells good. It'll be ready in a second. Great. I forgot how hungry I was. We're just in your room. Finishing up, I served the 2 plates, one for myself and one for YB. We take our seats at the small table together, YB practically salivating. Yeah, it smells amazing, YN. It's not made of poison. YB digs into his plate eagerly while I slowly eat mine. I was still a bit anxious. I pushed the contents around my plate, nibbling at some pieces. YB stops to compliment my efforts, licking his lips. It's delicious. I smile nervously. Thank you. It's not as good as you, though. The conversation drops as we both return to eating. YB finishes his meal first and puts the empty plate in the sink. He comes back to sit down and watch me eat, a loving gleam in his eyes. I'm fine. Go ahead. I'm sure you have better things to do. There's nothing as important as you. Besides, I'm pretty much finished for the day. I ate as much as I felt comfortable eating in front of him, leaving the rest on the table. I'm going to look around the place a bit more. I'll put this in the fridge later. YB rises from his seat. No problem. Thank you for the meal, darling. He blows me a kiss and leaves the kitchen while I ponder what to do next. The odd-looking reptile flickers his tongue at me, and I tap the glass gently with my finger. I'm not gonna get rid of the snake. Feed the snake. Maybe it's hungry. I know snakes eat mice and rats. Maybe YB has some in the freezer. I walk into the kitchen and dig around the freezer. Sure enough, there are some frozen baby rats, vacuumed sealed inside. Aw, gross. Why couldn't snakes eat lettuce or something? Well, because it's a snake. Okay. With a set of colored tongs sitting next to the freezer bag, I take a small furry nugget out of the bag and rinse it under the warm water from the sink. I'm sure snakes don't like frozen food. They definitely won't because cold weather makes them hibernate. In a few minutes, it seemed to be warm enough to offer up as a weird snack. What's not weird to the snake? I walk over to the tank with the thawed rat and my tongs. In my tongs, the little snake tries to crawl up the top of the tank. Carefully opening the cover, I place a prey near the snake. It curiously inspects the rat and opens its mouth to fit the rodent in its mouth. It's amazing to me how these creatures can swallow their food whole. In YB's bedroom door open. I hear YB's bedroom door open. His lackey frame comes into view. I see you met Rat. Rat? Interesting name for a snake, considering I like a little irony. He smirks at me. YB hovers over the tank and is surprised to see Rat eating. You fed her? Well, she looked hungry. That's very kind of you, Ian. I knew I made the right choice bringing you here. He gives me a warm smile before turning to Rat and giving her a soft pat. After a moment, he closes the lid and returns his gaze to me. Well, I hope the two of you get along. I think we're off to a good start. I serve my little friend as she flickers her tongue at me. I can manage with a cute snake. I'll let you two get acquainted more. He excuses himself and leaves me and Ray alone. God, I wonder what time it is. The fact that I can't even see outside is completely messing up my senses of how much time has passed. The place is getting awfully stuffy too. I'll kill to go outside. YB appears. His expression quite pleased. He walks over, a bit of a skip in his step. I'm so happy with how fast you're settled in. He heads towards the door, taking a key from one of his pockets. A rush of cold air suddenly hits me as he swings the door open. I could feel the goosebumps prickle on my skin. It's dark out, probably 9 p.m. The stars are out, covering the sky like a shimmering black veil. I'm going to let a bit fresh air in. Get rid of that burnt food smell. He then quickly moves towards our door and does the same. And it feels great outside. He turns towards me, pocketing his key. So, I want to know if you want to take me up on an offer for tonight. Okay, I'm listening. I'm saying I'm intrigued by this offer. Would you prefer a nice warm bath or some dessert under the stars? Okay, I'm gonna go if I need a bath. I'm gonna have to edit this out, but I could go for a soak. Every inch of my body still feels rather stiff right now. Wonderful. I'll get started for you right away. YB heads towards the bathroom down the hall as they listen to him churn on the water. It'll be just a minute. Go ahead and get undressed. There's a robe you can use hanged up in your closet. I'm a little hesitant to be nude in front of YB. A robe would be useful. Entering my room, I peek in the closet. Sure enough, there's a robe hanging up. I never owned one, so it must be something he got for me. I made sure the door was closed and locked before getting undressed. I will admit, the robe feels very soft. Best not to give him too much credit so soon. Alright, the bath is ready. I think the last time I wore a robe was before Rowling turned out to show her true colors. Dressed up for Harry Potter at work because we were told to do that. We had a theme of Hogwarts students, so I had a robe I had to dress up in for Valentine's Day, and I did Gryffindor. And after that day, one of the managers gave me a flag for every single house. Specifically Gryffindor and Hufflepuff, I think. I still have them. I don't put them up. I enter the bathroom, my nose filled with mild yet pleasant rose scent. I made this nice milk bath from a tutorial I found online. I thought it'd be a nice hobby to get into, besides collecting bottle caps. I mean, collecting bottle caps might be useful when the post-apocalyptic world happens. Yeah, that's a joke that me and one of my managers did. We both like Fallout, so found a bottle cap, and I'm like, got it up. It was supposed to be trash, but I got it up, put it in my pocket. It's like, do you want post-apocalypse money? And I handed it to him, and he just laughed. That's a lot of effort you put in for me. You deserve the world, YN. Anything for you. YB gestures to me to enter the bathtub. Just take off the robe. We're gonna have to edit this out anyway. I take off the robe, tossing it to him. So cold, goosebumps run down my skin from the sun exposure. I just focus my eyes on the milky bath to avoid YB's incentive gaze. I put my foot in, pleasant and surprised by the warmth, and sink into the bath. Wrapped in a warm, fluffy towel, YB leads me to my bedroom. Dry himself. He I prefer to sleep in the bath. I hope you don't. That's all right. You're caring about Mossy now. Yeah. Before long, we're curled up beside each other in the dark. The combination of flesh sheets and clean skin puts me at ease, enough to close my eyes. It's mind-blowing to have you in my arms finally. I missed you so much. I miss it so much. I'm glad you came here with me. Everything feels complete. Complete? Like I found something that was missing my whole life. He pulls me closer to his body, the warmth of his wing flame lulling me into a long, deep sleep. And that is the end of day 4. If you like my content, please subscribe, like, help out, and comment below. I'll see you guys next time.